Okay, thank you. Who'd like to start? James, thank you.
Hi, Oliver. Do you feel like you've seen...
Thanks. Sorry, carry on.
Oliver, do you feel like you've seen that type of game play out a few times this season?
Yes. Yes, it's again, it's a performance of both teams where I think you shouldn't lose the game. Creating enough to score goals, but we missed all our chances and getting punished by a corner, by a set play. So it showed exactly what we have to improve. We conceded more than 50% from set plays, so that's what we have to improve. On the other side, if you always know if you concede one, you are struggling to get back, because this happened in the last week. So there is no coincidence now, almost at halftime. And if you are the team that is mostly underperforming in the chances that it creates and the goals it scores, and it's no coincidence, and this we could see today, because I can't remember, and you are watching Crystal Palace longer than me, that the Crystal Palace side dominated the Tottenham side like we did today, but then leaving the pitch with a defeat, so that makes it frustrating for all our players, because they are feeling the same, and I don't blame anybody for missing the chances, but we have to accept right now that we have a little bit lack of finishing quality in the team. It looks like we can't replace Ismaila, Dani Munoz and Daichi Kamada, who are very often involved in our goals. But on the other side, they want to be back in the next weeks, so it's now to support all the players, because I see the way we played, the structure, the chances we created, the patterns worked, and it's now really supporting the players to get this confidence back, that they are able to score more goals.
What can you do to score more goals and ensure that your side does finish off the chances you create, when you consider there aren't many options to come in and replace players that are maybe out of form in front of goal?
Again, first of all, it's not all. Now we could show them, and I think even in many chances we could have created by taking. For my feeling is, and that's why it's now really to support. My feeling is the closer we come to the goal, the more nervous we get in decision making. Should we pass, finish, and everything? So because the players, they are not stupid. They know all the things I'm talking about, because they are very self-critical, and they are so. I congratulated them for all the effort until the last minute, because Tottenham had the full week to prepare. We had a midweek game again, and I think nobody felt it. But yes, so they've the same feeling, and now it's not showing them, here you could have passed to the left side, to the right side, do this, do this, do this. It's really supporting them, giving them trust and confidence that they can do better like they're doing now.
Ed?
Just on Jean-Philippe Mateta, he had a couple of good chances today, but it's not really working out for him at the moment. Do you think it's just one of those things where a striker sometimes goes on a good run of form and has a bad run of form, or is it a matter of tiredness? Yes, of course you need your striker to score goals, but JP scored so many goals since I arrived. But you also need the support from the teammates left and right, and then we can have a look to all the players who played today, and that means we have Jeremy Pino, I think, with 1 goal. We have Edin Ketia with 1 or 2. We have Justin Devaney with 1 penalty. We have T. Mitchell with 1 goal. And we have no goal from midfield, and the rest are set plays. So we know this, that we don't have the players who are scoring regularly, even in their career. And it's now again to support them. It's the only. I don't see any other reason, because the players I mentioned won't be back in the next 3-4 weeks, and we have now 4 games in 9 days, and we will get our chances again, and it's just now stay positive and showing them how many good situations they create, and they should take confidence from these situations, and then you just sometimes need like this that we take all the chances again. And given that those players aren't going to be back for a few weeks, January transfer window's about to open. Have you been given any assurances that you're going to get some players in quickly in the next few weeks? Or
I can give insurance.
Sorry?
Assurances. Assurance. Have you been assured that we will sign players. Sure.
Yeah, I understand.
Sign some players like in the first couple of weeks of January.
I can't sign. I don't have enough money to sign a player. Sorry, the transfer fees are too high. Again, it's. I think, to be honest, if you watch our game today, it's pretty clear. Yeah, what we need. And then it's a decision of Crystal Palace, and if you are constantly underperforming in scoring goals, again, what I can do, what we can do is encourage the players, supporting them, be positive, and again, I can't blame, and I will never blame Kleine. When he gets the free header on the far post, we've scored, I think, Danny Munoz 4 goals in the same areas. And but Kleine is 34. I don't know how many goals he scored. It's just not his nature. So he gets there because he gives all the effort. He tries it. Okay, but then it's not maybe his biggest strength scoring goals. But yes, we need it from this position when we play like this. And just one example. Again, if you see, sometimes you can watch the statistics. I think the one who has most assists is Marquet, a centre back. Second most assist is Lacroix, centre back. So this is just what we have to improve.
Okay, gentleman over there.
I think it's not easy. Every team puts a lot of effort in it, in the preparation on the training pitch. We knew that they scored a few like this, but on the other side now, and again, it's not an excuse. It's just fact. So we miss maybe one of our best header with Chris Richards. We miss one player is very important in defending set pieces, Ismail Assar and Dani Munoz, and we replaced them with smaller players. And then we knew that we have a few. In basketball, you would say a mismatch. So we knew this, and then we got punished. We lost 3 headers in a row, and on the far post, I think it was Mitchell against Kolumani. Yes, it's a mismatch, and if the ball arrives in the right area, and this is, I think, also the quality of a team and the quality of Tottenham. I think it was the 9th goal from a corner. We prepared it. We knew it. The players wanted to avoid it. But then it just happened, and I think we had 2 big chances from set plays, and we missed them. And that's football. If you miss your chances and the opposition is very clinical, you lose.
Just on that, you identified height then as something important to add in January, taller players?
No, we have enough, but they're just not available right now. And we know, I mentioned this after the Leeds defeat, that we have. In these areas, and again today we didn't give them many set plays. I think it was the first corner, bam, and then it's now also the players have it in their mind. Oh shit, happened again, and it feels like this. I know it's not a word you should mention, but it feels like this, honestly, And again, I will never blame anybody, if he's 10 centimeters smaller and loses the header. It's part of football. We scored plenty of goals like this, but it feels at the moment really not good.
Okay, gentleman. Oh, George. Yeah.
Oliver, I know you like to look forward, but this is the last game of 2025. How do you reflect on the last 12 months?
2025 in the calendar year table, 37 games played in the Premier League. We are 6th in the table. Beside this, we are in the knockout stage of a European competition. Beside of this, we won the Community Shield and the FA Cup. So I think it's by far the most successful calendar year in Crystal Palace history. And this group of players, these players, delivered and achieved it. Today it doesn't feel like this, but I see all the effort. I see the way we're playing. And last year we won 1-0 here against Tottenham, but I think today we were much more dominant than we were 1 year ago. So this shows the progress of this team. And this shows the progress and the development of Crystal Palace. So every single one, I know, including myself, I don't feel it right now, but if we look back and see the whole picture, 2025 was an incredible year for Crystal Palace, and so all the credit to the players with their effort, with their work ethic, with their togetherness and their quality. And that's, yes, today it doesn't feel like this, but really well done.
Thank you, Bobby.
Hi Oliver, we saw Chris Richards watching on in the stands this afternoon. Can I just ask how he is at the moment? Is it as you were expecting?
We don't know if he's available for Fulham. It's again, his foot got stitched, still swollen. It goes into the right direction, but you have to wear a boot and kick a ball. And when you're there, you have the wound right there. It's very, very painful. And so again, it can be that he misses Fulham. It can be that he's available. But I have seen a team today that was able to win against Tottenham. We couldn't achieve it, but I've seen every single player who participated in the game, everyone's effort could have been enough to win it. Yeah? So this gives me a good feeling for the Fulham game. And yes, on the one side is frustration, on the other side it's really supporting these players because they deserve all the support. Yes, we don't get the results right now, and it also just shows, I think, the standard we developed here. Yeah, that we are now. I remember when I arrived, I don't know, we were 15th in the table, yeah, and the water was high mark, and now we are, I don't know, but still in the top half, yeah, and we are really frustrated, yeah, and that's good. So because this will keep us working, this will keep us improving, and this is what we will get definitely.
Okay, that's it. Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Cheers.
you. Happy New Year. You too. No, sorry, we see it's on the 31st.
Yeah. You'll see some of them.
James, Sean starts off.
Thomas, it felt like a really big victory today. Do you feel like your side deserved it?
Yeah, I think. I think it was an even game. In many ways. I think we had 3 key actions in the game where it's like this, between being onside, 2 of them, and be inside of the post and goal. So I think if you're that close 3 times to score a goal, it's not bad. Then you scored 4. That's a way to look at it. I really like the desire, be details mentality in the team, and the character and the resilience of the team is something I said and spoke about a lot. That it's so important that we have that resilience in the team, because in a long Premier League season, you need to go to a very difficult away ground here and fight as low character, get a clean sheet, win 1-0. I think that was a massive win in many ways. Was it a top performance? No. Is there things we can improve? Yes. But to go here with the season where it's been a little bit up and down, I think it's a huge mentality shift from the players. Not shift, they've showed it, but the effort, mentality effort, I would say. And I think we played extremely disciplined throughout the game. For example, big discipline in the team, and we need to do that.
Thomas asked me about Archie Gray. Obviously, his first goal in seeing the football. You deserve that for everything to put it in recent weeks.
Yeah, definitely. I think Archie is growing. I think he showed why he's got a very, very good potential in many ways. I think it's another fine performance overall today. I think talking about resilience, made the mistake in the Nottingham game, played another good game against Liverpool, growing as a young man, And you can just see he was alert. I love that goal because he was alert. He's seeing where the ball will land and he's ready on it. Yeah, I think so. I think he shows a lot of quality. He covered the ground so well. I think he's excellent in the pressing game. The defensive transition, brilliant to close it down. And then I think he's good on the ball. But of course, it's a game where we are not top in that area. He didn't show enough of his qualities there. Sorry. Yeah, I hope so. Of course, we'll assess him tomorrow.
Sam, please.
You talked about not a great performance, but a really important win. We've got to accept that a team who's struggling is going to have to play like that away from home sometimes. And maybe even when you go back to Brentford on Thursday, that's the kind of counter-attacking, low possession performance that Spurs are going to get used to while they come out of this crisis or struggle or whatever it is.
I think every game is different. As far as I know, the Newcastle game was even. The Brentford home game, we were way on top. Liverpool even until we got the red card. And there's been many other games. I just think for any team, is also the expectation. Where are we right now? And I think that resilience and mentality to show that and win 1-0 is hugely important. On a day where maybe it's not free-floating everything. It's fair to say we lack a few of our offensive players, including Xavi today and our captain, and then come to Crystal Palace. I by the way saw the Crystal Palace Liverpool game. Liverpool should have been down 2 or 3-0 at halftime. So it's a difficult place to go here to win the way we did. Very impressive.
Jack.
Hi Thomas. You guys have got the best away record in the Premier League so far this season. What do you put that down to? And do you feel like you have a template or a method for winning these away games?
Yeah, but I think the players really understood what type of game we were facing today. I think the discipline in what I say, the rest defending, not giving stupid counterattacks away, trying to copy the effort and the character and the defending side of the game into it, that gave us a 1-0 win today. There have been other very good away wins where we've been more dominant. But to do that, I think it's a huge quality. Then when we get the home form even better, then it'll be very good.
Tom, please.
Hi, Thomas. You say it's a massive win. It also keeps you within touching distance of the top 5, at least 4 points. Given that the first half of the season's been a bit of a transition, up and down performances, you'd hope to be more consistent in the second half of the season. Does it feel like reaching the Champions League is still an achievable goal this season for Tottenham?
Yeah, I think. How can you say it? The consistency in this performance, as before the game I said, we had 4 out of 5 good performances, including the Liverpool one in many ways. This is another one in terms of consistent working hard. Not everything was perfect, but it's a good step in the right right direction. So that's what we need to keep working on, and then get a little bit more in form of the offensive players, and then step by step.
And just secondly, we saw Fabio Paratici sitting next to Vinay up in the stands today. Obviously, there's been speculation of his future, but it looked like he was, if he's here at the game, it doesn't look like he's going anywhere soon. Can you give us an update on what we can expect from him?
I didn't know that Vinay and Fabio was here today, but I expected them to be. As I said, the whole time there's a lot of rumours with a lot of things, players, staff members, directors, whatever it is. I, in reality, don't comment on them. So,
George, behind you, please.
Hi Thomas, just sticking with transfers, there's been a lot of speculation about Brennan Johnson and Crystal Palace actually. He didn't get many minutes today, but he did come on. Are you sort of keen to keep him in January?
Yeah, I think Brennan is very important for us. Maybe he didn't get many minutes, but we unfortunately can only play 11 players. We spoke about it before with with Mo is coming in and put his stamp on that, say right winger position. Then the left, we tried different solutions. Still started quite a few games. I think Brennan is an important player for us.
And just in terms of this result, it feels like the team has had kind of moments, the Brentford win and Copenhagen, where it's been a springboard and then it's been a step backwards. Do you really feel like this is kind of the period now to build momentum and get those consistent results that have been lacking over the last few months?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is we get consistent performances. If you get that, then you never know. Today, as I started the press conference with, like this, and then we scored 3 more goals. That can go one way or another way. So if we get consistent performances where we defend like we did today, and then show more calmness and a little bit more coolness on the ball today, which we didn't, I think. I also think you can see second half, we're probably not free-flowing, confident team, but we're growing.
And final one on the far side, if you can pass the microphone across, please.
Hi, Thomas. You scored your 9th set-piece goal today. I think that's the 5th most in the league. Could you just talk about how important that is to be able to lean on that quality, especially in tough matches like this, especially, like you said, when you haven't got the goals because of tight offside calls? How important is it that you can get an edge somewhere from something like set-pieces?
Yeah, we need to, every team need to find an edge. Set-pieces is one area that's hugely important. Saw the Chelsea Villa game yesterday, 2 out of 3 goals set pieces. So hugely important that we keep working on that, and very happy with the approach the players have to it. They really bought into it and understand the importance of it.
I remember last season Arne Slot mentioned that usually a mark of a manager who's at a club for a long time is that they get their possession principles in and then defensive, and then at the end you see the set pieces. Have you sort of approached it the other way around to get the set pieces in first, or because of how important they are?
I think that the set piece was a low-hanging fruit, which we have improved compared to last season. So I think it needs to be all 3 areas. I can't see why it can't be at 3 areas at the same time. Then sometimes you, whatever you can say, the set piece improve a lot, or the offensive improve a lot, or the defensive, depending on where you are. But I think all 3 areas are very important. Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.